Imagine standing inside a building so vast that the sound of machines never fully fades. Conveyors stretch farther than your eyes can follow. Robotic arms move in perfect rhythm. Thousands of hands repeat the same motion with surgical precision. And every few seconds, another pair of Adidas shoes comes to life. Not designed, not imagined, physically born. This is not a workshop. This is industrial choreography at its most extreme, where speed, technology, and human focus collide to produce millions of shoes that end up on feet all over the planet. What most people never realize is that an Adidas shoe is not made in one place or by one process. It's built through a chain so complex that a single mistake can shut down an entire line. It begins long before rubber touches the floor or fabric meets a needle. It starts with raw materials arriving by the ton: synthetic fibers, foam pellets, rubber compounds, recycled plastics. Each batch is tested, weighed, and approved before it's even allowed near the production floor. There is no guessing here. Everything is measured, tracked, and verified. The first major transformation happens with the upper. This is the part of the shoe that wraps around your foot, and it's far more technical than it looks. Rolls of engineered fabric are fed into automated cutting machines guided by digital patterns, accurate down to fractions of a millimeter. These machines don't just cut fast, they cut smart. They calculate material usage to reduce waste, stacking patterns like a puzzle so almost nothing is thrown away. In some factories, laser cutters replace blades entirely, sealing edges as they cut to prevent fraying. Once cut, the pieces move to stitching lines where speed meets craftsmanship. Despite all the automation, this stage still relies heavily on skilled human workers. Sewing machines hum as operators stitch logos, reinforcements, and structural panels together. Every stitch matters. Too tight, and the shoe becomes uncomfortable. Too loose, and it fails durability tests. Workers inspect each upper as it moves forward, rejecting anything that doesn't meet strict standards. On a massive line like this, quality control doesn't happen at the end. It happens constantly. While the uppers are taking shape, the soles are being born somewhere else in the same factory. This is where things start to feel more like heavy industry than fashion. Rubber and foam compounds are heated, mixed, and injected into steel molds under extreme pressure. These molds are precision engineered, sometimes weighing hundreds of kilograms, and designed to create complex tread patterns that balance grip, flexibility, and durability. The heat is intense. The timing is critical. A few seconds too long and the material is ruined. For performance models, this process gets even more advanced. Cushioning systems are engineered at a molecular level. Foam pellets expand inside molds, bonding together without glue, creating midsoles that are lightweight yet shock-absorbing. Some Adidas factories use automated molding lines that can produce thousands of identical soles per hour, each one cooling on moving racks before inspection. Sensors monitor density, shape, and consistency in real time, flagging defects instantly. Now comes one of the most satisfying moments in the entire process. The upper meets the sole. This step is called lasting, and it's where the shoe finally starts to look like something you'd recognize. The upper is stretched over a foot-shaped mold called a last. Machines pull it tight, shaping it exactly as designed. Adhesives are applied with robotic precision, and the sole is pressed into place using hydraulic force. The bond has to be perfect. This joint determines how long the shoe survives real-world use. Before anything moves forward, the shoe enters curing chambers. Heat and pressure activate the adhesives, locking everything together. After curing, workers remove the lasts and inspect the inside of each shoe by hand. They check alignment, comfort, and structure. This is also where insoles are added, laces threaded, and final details completed. Even at this late stage, flawed shoes are pulled from the line without hesitation. If this breakdown is already blowing your mind, pause for a second and subscribe. This channel dives deep into the hidden systems behind everyday objects, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. But the line doesn't stop here. Finished shoes are tested in ways most people never imagine. Random pairs are bent, twisted, crushed, and stretched by machines designed to simulate months or even years of wear in minutes. Soles are flexed thousands of times. Uppers are stress tested. Grip is checked on wet and dry surfaces. Only after passing these tests does a design earn the right to be mass-produced at full scale. One of the most surprising parts of Adidas production is how fast everything moves. From raw material to boxed product, some models take only a few hours to complete. Conveyors never stop. Shifts rotate around the clock. Factories are optimized so that no station ever waits for another. If demand spikes, lines can be reconfigured in days, sometimes hours, to prioritize specific models or sizes. Sustainability has also become a major driver inside these factories. Many Adidas shoes now use recycled plastics, especially in uppers. Waste material from cutting is often collected, reprocessed, and reused. Water usage is monitored closely. Energy-efficient machines replace older systems. Even packaging is engineered to reduce material without compromising protection. This isn't just branding. At this scale, small efficiencies save massive resources. What really makes this production line remarkable is the balance between automation and human control. Robots handle repetition and heavy force. Humans handle judgment, detail, and adaptation. Together, they form a system that can produce millions of identical products while still catching tiny imperfections. It's not just manufacturing, it's coordination on a global scale. Once shoes pass final inspection, they're boxed, labeled, and sorted by destination. Some pairs will travel thousands of kilometers by ship. Others go straight to regional warehouses. Barcodes link every box to production data, meaning Adidas can trace when and where a shoe was made, what materials were used, and which line produced it. If an issue ever arises, the source can be identified within minutes. And here's the part most people never think about. For every pair you see on a store shelf, dozens of prototypes failed before it. Designs were scrapped, materials were changed, processes were refined again and again until the line could run at full speed without compromise. Mass production doesn't mean careless production. At this level, it means controlled perfection repeated millions of times. Before you look at sneakers the same way again, subscribe now. 2 clicks, and you stay connected to stories that reveal how the modern world actually works behind the scenes. So the next time you lace up an Adidas shoe, remember this. You're not just wearing fabric and rubber. You're wearing the result of extreme engineering, relentless testing, and one of the most advanced production systems on Earth. A product shaped by heat, pressure, code, and human focus, repeated millions of times, moving faster than most people ever realize.